camera has started.
Okay. Houston, you seeing our feed here?
Stand by, Apollo 11. Just a moment.
Okay, Buzz, if you will, let's point the camera out of the LH window, and let's get the view of the Earth in here.
Roger. There it is, camera's out the window.
Okay, 11, we have your broadcast feed up on the projector screen here in MCR2, and we do see you.
Roger. Alright, Houston, this is Apollo 11 calling from about, I'd give it 100,000 miles out at this point, and you're seeing Earth as we see it out our LH window. A little more, just a little more than the half Earth. We're looking at the, we're currently looking at the American continent there, if you can make out the detail of it. I am your commander. Neil Armstrong for this mission on Apollo 11. And right now we are on our cruise towards the moon. Now, as many of you know, we launched from the Kennedy Space Center down in Florida yesterday. It was a beautiful day for a launch, and well, personally, I think it could be better, but you know, we made it. We're seeing the Earth here a lot of the time through our LH window. That stands for the left-hand window here. As you can see, the camera is currently pointing out of it. Okay, yeah, as you can see, as I said before, there's the American continent. We're about, I would say at this point, 25 and a half hours into the mission?
Yep, just about.
Yeah, and there you heard is the voice of my lunar module pilot, Buzz Aldrin. He is the crewmate that I will be landing on the moon with shortly. Just a few days later, when we get into we would get into our lunar lander, which is just over there. We're gonna show you it later on. And Buzz, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yep, so I'm Buzz Aldrin, lunar module pilot on this mission. I'll be landing on the moon with Neil in a couple of days. And I'll be the cameraman for this transmission, so you won't see me much. But let me just flip the camera around here. Yep, like Neil said, we're just about 25 and a half hours into our mission. Just over a day. Launched yesterday. Beautiful day. And,
And then, yeah, thanks, Buzz. And, there's our, other crewmate there, Mike Collins. He's, right there. Buzz, mind if you, turn to, show the guys back on Earth. Mike, doing this thing.
Yep. And there he is. There's Mike Collins.
Yeah, Mike Collins is our command module pilot. He will be He will be remaining on the orbiter, or as we know it, the command module, while me and Buzz conduct the lunar landing and our activities on the surface of the moon in our lunar lander or the lunar module. All right, Buzz, let's show them around the cabin, shall we?
Yep, sure thing.
All right, yeah. So I'll wait for you to turn around. Okay, there you go. So right now, you guys are looking at the view of the command module, which is the space that me, Mike, and Buzz launched into space in. So this is where we are during launch, on the very top of the rocket during launch, and then after launch we would obviously ditch all the extra rockets down and remain with this piece of command module right here. Now this is where all the main action goes on. This is the pressurized living space for the general duration of the mission. Me, Mike, and Buzz would live here during our coast to the moon. Buzz, let's show the. Right now, you are looking at the instrument panel, where all the switches are. We are able to see. You're able to see quite a bit of switches. It looks very complicated. Indeed, it looks very complicated, but you know, we are indeed trained to fly and operate this craft, so we do have a clear understanding of what each of these buttons and switches does. So that's quite neat. Buzz, let's show them the LEM docking tunnel.
Got it, Neil?
Yep. Okay. So, as you can see there, that's the tunnel that connects the command module that me, Buzz, and Mike are in right now. And on the other side of that tunnel, as you can see, is the lunar module. Now, the lunar module is like the lander part of the Apollo spacecraft. That is what would separate from the command module with me and Buzz inside, obviously. To head down towards the surface of the moon, where we will land on the lunar module. We would perform spacewalk, or maybe moonwalk in this case, but in ours an extravehicular activity. So we basically exit the spacecraft and perform some activities outside of the spacecraft. So that's what we would do in the lunar module there. Once me and Buzz completes our mission on the moon, we would lift off on the lunar module back to the command and service module that is orbiting the moon. And then from there, me and Buzz would bring our things back into the command module, and then we would ditch the lunar module, and then we would be in the command module and fly our way back to Earth. Now, we have chose the name of Columbia for the command module that me and Buzz are in right now, and the lunar module for this mission is named Eagle. So, yeah, that's the pretty much the space that we are living in right now. Buzz, can you show them the stowage area? Let's show them the suits.
Yep.
Okay, as you can see here, we have our spacesuits here. They are called the A7L. They are the spacesuits that we wear as Apollo astronauts during phases like launch, re-entry, lunar landing, and phases like that. Now, right here you're looking at the launch and entry suit, which is in the command module, as we are in here right now. These are what we would wear during launch and entry. So like when we lifted off yesterday, we were wearing them, and about a week later, when we will be re-entering Earth's atmosphere, we will be inside those suits too. Now again, right across the docking tunnel, there are more suits stowed away in the LEM. Those are designed for us to incorporate us to head out onto the lunar surface for a few hours at a time. Yeah, we have some suits over there across the docking tunnel in the LEM that are designed to do that, which would be essential when me and Buzz would go on a moonwalk once we're landed on the moon, in order to perform some experiments while we're there. So yeah, those are the suits that we would wear. Now, Buzz, do you want to cover some things?
Yep. Alright. Let me just float in front of the camera here. You can. Now, the camera just floats here since we're in microgravity. So yeah, so we can just float around, do our stuff. Alright, so no, Neil, you mind opening the tunnel for me?
Yeah, sure thing, hold on. Yeah, there you go.
Alright, so in that tunnel, we can go into the lunar module, our little lander there, the Eagle, and I'll just show you around there.
Yeah, so Buzz is going to take us into the lunar module now. So here we are in the lunar module, where we mentioned before, and here's Buzz.
Alright, so you mind turning the camera around towards the windows?
Yep. Yeah, there we go.
So this is the view from the lunar module right now. As you can see, it's a bit more space that we're seeing out here, but once we get in here, undock, and then go down onto the moon, we'll be seeing the moon pretty close, and we'll also be seeing the command module in Columbia, and yeah, it's where we just look out for a landing. Alright, Neil, mind turn towards the instrument panel?
Yep. Hold on. Here we go.
So there's the instrument panel for the lunar module. It's I would say it's pretty similar to the command module panel, and these are all the instruments we'll be using to get down on the moon. It's a bit different because we'll actually be landing and not just staying in orbit, and it's a different celestial body we'll be landing on as well. So there are special instruments for that, but other than that, it is pretty similar to the command module. You don't mind showing around this rest of the lunar module?
Yep. There you go. Also, you might want to tell them about like the different elements of the spacecraft, like the service module, ascent stage, descent stage, you know.
So, below the command module is the service module that has an engine that we can maneuver around with. It also has some of the systems we need, electricity, batteries, stuff like that. Then the command module, of course, there's the docking ports and the docking tunnel. Then we're in the ascent module of the lunar module, the ascent stage, which is where we'll be for most of the time, or all of the time when we're on the lunar module. But below us is the descent module. It has an engine to get us down into an orbit and to the lunar surface, and also has a ladder and landing legs, some other stuff we'll need to land on the moon. So, from the camera around, showing you the rest of the lunar module, or some instruments here and there, a few switches, buttons. It does look pretty complicated, but we get the hang of it here. And yeah, we just use these all. They're pretty vital systems to the spacecraft, how it functions, but we use them frequently, and they're needed for the mission. And Neil, if you want to, you can take over now.
Okay, here you go. Here's the camera. Okay, so yeah, here's the lunar module. Now, it's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to be able to be a member of the mission, the commander of the mission. In fact, I'm very honored to be able to take such an important position on such a historic mission. As you know, we will be fulfilling the promises of President Kennedy. At last, we will indeed fulfill his promises. We are, I think we are ready, and yeah, at Lunam, we will, we'll land on the moon. We will land on the moon. And, but I think this is a good chance to, stop the broadcast here.
Yeah, this will be the end of the first TV broadcast, Apollo 11. We're all glad to be on this mission, glad to be making our way towards the moon. We'll be doing another TV broadcast tomorrow. But for now, good night down there on Earth.